So I'm down at Staveley at the Trans Pennine Bridge. Well, that's not the Trans Pennine Bridge, I'm going to show it you in a moment. I've got a new microphone on the camera now, a Rode, so hopefully the sound quality is okay. If you can like the video, follow the channel and click on notifications for new videos. You can see the Chesterfield Canal just beneath us, so it stops at this point, and that's why this bridge is actually going to be put in place. And then once the bridge is put in place, they'll start to carry the canal on. There's about another mile to go in on the next stage, but what I'll do is in the actual description I'll put the actual complete renewal of the canal all the way up to Norwood Tunnel, and you'll see all the stages. I think they're not 100% sure what they're going to do at Rother Valley Park, but you know, things have progressed. I think there's a couple of options there. One is like a lift system, and the other one is to run it down the actual canal, but we'll find out. But you can see the bridge. Like I said, I expected it to be in place today. The schedule said it was going to be lifted in place yesterday, as far as I know. They're going to put a connecting pillar in the middle. I think it's about there. On the right hand side you can see one concrete structure. On the left hand side, just behind the trees, there's another one, and then in the middle, just there, I think there's a stilt. So once that stilt's in, they can then start to lift the two pieces of the bridge on there. But I don't particularly like the colour of it. I thought it was going to be a nice red colour. But let's get down there and see what else I can see and see what information I can find out. So you've seen this before. Now this is the bridge, and it looks different on this artist's impression to what I've seen, because the one I've seen is there's actually a stilt, and it's like a two-section bridge, but this is just showing a complete span here. So I don't know what's going off there, but we'll see what else I can find out today. So a bit closer to sight, you can see like something on the floor there, which I think is like going to be a stilt that the bridge sits on top of. But like I said, the artist's impression I've just shown you and what I've seen as a completed structure is not the same. So you can see they've got the work done on the path. So we were doing that last time I came. They've been delayed due to rain. So once they've got the bridge in, it would just be so easy to get over to the other side. So you've got a concrete platform on this side, one on the other side. Bridge goes over it, and then from what I've seen there's a stilt in between. So I'll just pop down this little bit here, see what I can see from down here. So in the actual ravine where the canal's going to run in future, you can see up there, well, you can see the concrete section at one side, see the concrete section at the other side, and there you can see a concrete pad. And where I showed you like that piece of ironwork on the floor, like a Y, I think that's fitting on there. And then just here you can see the actual bridge section. Let's just show it you there. So that bridge section will go from one end to the other, with that foot in between just to hold it up there. I'll see if I can find out whether they're going to lift it today, because if they are, that'll be really good. But I think it's a very slow process. So I may as well show you this sign while we stood around. Bit of an advertisement for Staveley, 25.2 million investment. I think this is where some of this is coming from. There's another artist's impression, but it doesn't show you the still that I see on another picture. And the contractors are O'Brien's. Does anybody know anything about O'Brien's? It sounds like an Irish company again to me. But we're sort of on the line of where the canal's coming through, just here. And then some of the old canal is down here. And this is pretty much fields all the way along now. And somebody tells me there's an old boat in here, you can sometimes see it in this bit. So this is where the canal originally ran, and there's an old boat in there when it dries up, I think. We'll just have a quick look up here, see if we can see anything. So I think they're doing some clearing work. It's about a mile they're going to do next. There's still quite some distance, but let's have a think now. They're talking about £40 million to complete the canal. Now I think it'll increase because of inflation, but even if it's 80 million, it's good value, isn't it, compared with a footballer. I can only shout up about things like this because to me these are things we should invest in, and this is where we should be seeing cycle lanes here on places like this, not on the sides of main roads in cities. We should be cycling into a city on cycle lanes, and then like I do when I come into a city, I walk. Then I can't understand it, why you're not walking through the city and buying stuff or whatever, or using things. But you can see they're now starting to dig out some of this old canal here. Quite a few blocks around, as you can see. Things are starting to slowly progress. Now from about 2000 the connected works up to Kibberton, and that moved very, very quickly once they started on it, and I suspect the next bit will move very quickly. So you can see they must be bending that canal round there. I don't think we'll see much more from here. I know, but it's gonna go out that way anyway somewhere. But you can actually see it in the description exactly what they're doing on the next stage, but you can see every stage all the way through to the Norwood Tunnel, and it appears that they'll even be bringing up the proper Norwood Tunnel route, which is great. I thought they were going to have to divert that because people now live around there, but that doesn't appear to be the case. But let's see if I can find anybody around to find out what's going on today. So I've just had an update from a gentleman. So this area that I thought was canal isn't canal. The canal actually runs along here. But what this is an old railway bridge. It looks like there's some sort of drainage down here they're having to sort out. But before they can sort all this lot out, they need to have the archaeologists in. So there's a few problems, and along here they don't know if there's electricity or underneath it or what, so there's going to be a few problems. So I've had an update anyway, and the update is that the bridge was supposed to be put in place yesterday, and rather than being a 300 tonne it ended up being a 350 tonne, and it was too big for the base they put in. We're going to do it today, and now they're not doing it today, it's now going to be Monday. But the issue is that bringing a 350 tonne crane in rather than a 300 tonne crane, it's actually damaged the base, so I'm having to now make good the base again. And I think it cost them 10 grand for bringing that crane in yesterday that they couldn't use. So it's a bit of madness really. And I've been told that, I'll just show it you again. Somewhere around here they're going to be putting another lock in to drop it down, I think. So I suppose it's like anything, you do have problems and things don't always go to plan, do they? So that's it really. Something may happen on Monday, but this base that they spent a lot of time putting in looks like it's been destroyed, and they're having to get a lot more gravel to put back down again at the last minute. So probably they'd have got the gravel cheaper if it had been planned, but then you've got to get in the gravel again to put this base back in, and then it'll all get ripped up because they'll then put the canal through here. So that's just a quick update from Staveley Marina. Things are not going to plan, but something should eventually happen okay on here. So that's just a quick update.